Hello, and welcome back to Dice Dropping's Song of Ice and Fire role-playing game, Chronicles of House Weirlight. So we're back from the break, and we're in the pavilion. So Mariella, Vivian, you are in this small pavilion with a few noble ladies, catching up on a bit of gossip, and some knowledge about maybe some other houses. There'll be a much better source for that stuff during the welcoming feast because that's where everyone will be. But if anyone here, if you guys want to try and get a leg up on the competition, as it were, this would be the place. So, Vivian, Mariella, is there a line of questioning you wish to pursue in this group? Is there you wish to walk away? Is there something else you wish to do?
Oh man,
the floor is yours.
You gonna
do
away,
I want to go first?
It's up to you.
Yeah, it's like I know Sylvie's in the pavilion. I have not seen Aaronette Shreve, I'm assuming. Okay. Because I know immediately after like our last scene, I do not want to go back to Ashella. So if Sylvie isn't like crazy surrounded, I would probably want to check in and see how she's doing.
Sure. Yeah. You approach Sylvie. You can sit next to her, and she looks at you and smiles. She's like Mariella, how are you?
Very unaccustomed to King's Landing.
She nods. He goes, "Yeah, it's a bit much. I remember when I first came here. I was very young, and it seemed so beautiful, but it is a lot. You've yet to see anything, quite honestly."
Oh, I imagine. We only got in fairly late last evening.
She nods. Yes, no, there's a lot here.
Anything you can help arm me with?
Shrugs, like...
Fine.
That is not much. I can't arm you with much, quite honestly. You must simply have the tools yourself. I feel you do. But people are unkind here, and they will make comments, especially at the welcoming feast. I have heard an awful rumor.
I'm scared to ask what it is, but I imagine knowing in advance would be wiser.
Well, it's about your house and the Dannets.
Yes, I have heard that as well. Unfortunately, it looks like another party is reveling in stirring whatever chaos they can.
I heard Adam Dannett was saying that.
Adam sees what's before him. He doesn't necessarily turn left and right to view the field.
So it's not true.
No, we have looked into what's being said. Unfortunately, it looks like possibly hedge knights, which are normally a difficulty for most of us after the war, managed to get their hands on possibly one of our shields.
And do you have proof of this?
Well, Adam claims to have a shield, but we have not lost any since the war, so it's the only possibility we can think.
She nods. She nods, and she goes, "Well, I do believe you. But no.
Proof proves more than words."
She nods. She goes, "If you're looking in court, if this gets brought up, someone to back the name, unless you have something solid, I can't risk my."
I would never ask that.
Very fragile new position.
Yeah, no, it's like kind of like hand on hers, give it a squeeze. It's like I'd never ask that.
She nods, and you when you squeeze your hand, there is like a ghost of something on her face of like she's like sitting here going like ha ha ha, but like there's just like a ghost of utter sorrow in her.
Ooh.
As fairly recently,
yeah,
her sister,
yeah,
to her knowledge, killed herself.
Yeah. Well, we are hoping to find something more concrete, so then we would never have to put persons in that position.
I'm glad that that's not what you're asking of me, because I couldn't do that to
no
my new house.
I do have to say, though, you look very becoming in that color.
She smiles. Thank you. She kind of looks down at it and nods, like it's like, you know, she can tell she's adjusting. Right, well, like, but everything is good with you. I've heard another rumor, though. I do recall you dancing with a knight at my wedding. Sir Walton, the Dulver's boy. Harold's, right?
Indeed.
I've been hearing things about talking between you two.
Please enlighten me.
Well, no, that you are talking.
Just talking? No words of what that talk was about?
No, just talking. And she's just like, like, are you talking with Sir Walton Dulver?
I have only really conversed with him during the wedding. Although I did see him earlier, but I do believe Henrik has more of his ear than I do at this moment. I know he went to spar with him, and I believe, and like kind of taking, I believe it was the heir of House Primaris.
She like shifts in her seat, like, yes. I think she nods, yes, the Westerlands, you know. She just kind of nods. But, well, do you wish to talk to him more?
Only if he has anything interesting to say.
She smiles. Smiles and goes, well, we aren't always that privileged.
Too true. Now.
It goes, though I will say Kevin is... She kind of just like, kind of looks up in the corner of her eyes, and has a little smile. Like,
I do like this slight eyebrow arch back. It's like from like her before.
And she's just like, she goes like, he's understanding in many ways. Like, I begged him not to compete.
He is.
And like a fool, he acquiesced and isn't.
Well, it's good to know in some ways that you and your opinion have weight with him.
They do. He seems to not want to cause me more sorrow.
Consideration is a rare thing.
Like, she's just not. Well, I do hope that you get past all this unpleasantness. Walton hasn't shown any unpleasantness towards you ever since this rumor started, has he?
I've yet to speak to him since we heard of that rumor.
Well, take heart. I'm sure this. I'm sure this will resolve. Hopefully, without bloodshed.
Lord knows this is not the field for it to occur.
Yes, I suppose. She kind of gives a big like.
Yeah, I probably like look generally towards where Ashella is, and it's like, I believe I need to go and play nice with the fellow neighbors.
Yes. I've always been fascinated by Reach politics. You all seem so on the same page with one another. I always felt like it was some exclusive brotherhood that no one else, I think, in the Seven Kingdoms could get into.
Well, if you would like to dip your foot into the pond, I can assist you. But they do say still waters tend to hide deep, strong currents.
She nods. She goes, well, you might find I'm a stronger swimmer than you believe.
If you would like, you can join me.
I think perhaps at the welcoming feast, I feel in the heat everyone's a little riled.
I'd be very happy for your company.
And I'd be happy to give it. I think I'm going to go have a nap. She just goes, excuse me. And she just stands up and turns and emerging from literally fucking nowhere, suddenly stepping in beside her is Sir Etten Hogg.
Oh God!
Just appeared. All right.
He just kind of appeared, and he does turn to you and bow, and he just goes, Lady Mariella, and then keeps going.
Is he what Banner House stuff is he wearing?
But,
is it heart still?
It's still his own. It's his own colors.
Okay.
Of House Hogg.
He's a noble as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but okay. I'm just trying to figure out if he's transferred to the Manning house.
You believe he might have.
Okay.
You believe he is here with her.
Okay.
It seems pretty clear that he is with House Manning now.
Okay.
Probably on behest of House Hart.
House Hart. Okay. All right. Yeah, I will kind of get up and make my way over to the really scary group of older Reach girls.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Hey,
well,
we all gotta be
so-
with our older peer group. It happens.
Yep. So
Yeah, but you have a fun
Vivian-
frat house. I have a very scary sorority.
Hey, we're all gonna get hazed at some point during this trip. It's not gonna be pretty for any of us.
Marielle's probably been hazed multiple times. Let's not lie.
It's
Yeah.
fair.
So, Vivienne, what is
Mhm.
it that you wish to do?
Well, I guess it's multiple. I don't know if it's like a multiple step process, but while I'm in the pavilion with all these other noble families, I guess I want to. I don't know how I would proceed to do that, but I want to see which of these noble families hate us the most. To like,
Mm-hmm.
because I am under the full belief that this is orchestrated by someone with money and influence to armor bandits and give them horses and weapons and of the such.
Makes sense. All right.
So smooge and chat. I guess I don't know. I don't know what I would have to proceed to do with role playing or rolling, whatever.
Well,
I'm
who
game.
who do you want to talk to?
Let me pull up my notes because I know that the gossip mongers are Kaylee Winfell, Hilda Saltman, and Matilda Bain.
Yes.
So I suppose that would be my first step because they are crowns. They are crownland girls who know the ins and outs and they socialize everywhere.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be my first step.
Yeah. Matilda Bain is not here at the moment, but the other two are.
Okay. Yeah. So that would be Kaylee and Hilda.
Mm-hmm.
Saltman. Yeah. If I could find them in the crowd, I don't know if they're in that in between where they still.
I mean, it's not a huge crowd. It's a small
Okay.
pavilion of about 12 girls.
Alright.
Like you see them immediately.
Excellent. I will walk up to them. I don't know if I have to pull them into an intrigue or not, but I would.
Are they with a Sherlock?
If you wish. But
Yes.
what do you say? What do you say? Let's talk and see what intrigue we can glean from it. Because they're gossipy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you approach them. What do you say?
Oh, Kaylee, Hilda, it is such a delight to see you again. I am in need of someone with a modicum of sense. Heard what is going on.
They turn and go, "Oh, Vivienne, like Lady Weirlight, it's so good to see you. It's not been that long. You
It
look
has
well."
But
Hilda's like, "Oh yeah, I think it's very good to see you." Like, what sense? What?
formalities. I apologize. I assumed we'd all become at least, I mean, somewhat close. But I suppose, I understand. Propriety is of the utmost of those of us. I suppose I have to ask if you had heard these outlandish things that young Adam Dannett had said.
Yeah, they look
And
at each other and like look back at you.
I see you have. And I'm bewildered. At a loss, even. Of course, I know that men have their quarrels, and of course, we, as wives, are to stand beside our husband as the such, but I hope you understand that I'm not just saying this as Tedric's wife, but this is outlandish at the most, and I'm wondering if perhaps Adam is not embellishing these events. Like,
He goes, and they kind of look at each other and look back at you, and go, like, "Well, I don't know. You know how rumors start. Yes, rumors they can get quite awful. And of course, we don't think your house had to do things. No, not at all. No. But people talk, and people have died.
It's true.
Adam has shown your shield about.
A shield that has.
Is your house not have the field of lavender with the red Weirlight in the center?
It has, but according to I'm
Well, then it
understanding,
sounded like
our
it's your shield.
Well, according to my understanding, our arms have changed since for who knows how long.
It's no longer a red lavender with a red Weirlight.
Is that true?
No, it is. It's just the art is different, but like it's still exactly that. Yeah.
Ah, I see.
He goes, I say I'm not really necessarily up to date with all the new styles of the House of Arms, but
of course
he does have. You said an older shield, but it does have a shield, and people are talking. Yes,
they are.
And of course, we believe your house is innocent. Oh, of course, but people talk, and just people do talk, and Adam has never been known for. What would you say, Hilda? Oh, I would say a few things, but guile. And they go.
That's true. But we know Adam is impulsive. A man, though he is of his age, he is always. His father has an excessive line of his own and a name upon himself. Adam has something to prove, and of course, in our travels, we have seen that, yes, Adam has a shield, but we've spoken to. I think Adam is deceived. We've spoken to small folk that we've come across
Who's
that
deceived
have.
him? Oh, yes, who's deceived him?
I have no idea. I would think you ladies who are in the know of everything that goes on in King's Landing would know.
Well, currently, what we know is Adam Dannett fought off Weirlight men. And has brought proof of it. And
I see.
He lost many families. But of course, as you say, he must be mistaken, deceived. I think we believe you. We haven't heard.
Because we have fought off men that said they fought for Dannett. But we did not assume they were Dannett's men because we, of course, uphold to those of noble blood and not just the hearsay of vagabonds we find in the street. But of course, we are of higher born, so we know better than.
Of course. But Adam himself said it on their side, and he killed them, and they had your shields.
Fair enough.
As I say, but if they're then who do you say? Who would want to hurt you so?
I have no idea. I was wondering if you ladies knew if there was anyone. Within the
I haven't heard anyone speak ill of you at court. I think Vivian. No, not King Robert's court.
No.
But then Reach politics are so insular, aren't they? They are. And
you're telling me you ladies know nothing of other Reachmen, as connected as you are.
Oh, a few.
I want to pull these bitches into an intrigue.
Okay, sure. What is your goal?
If I can get, I don't know if it's too specific. If I can get names of houses in the Reach that have full, I don't know if dislike is the word, but have full intent of this kind of malice. I feel.
Well, I will say, a full knowledge of full malice, if there was a house that had full malice against you, you'd probably know about it.
Yeah.
But if you want to try and hear some people who don't like you.
Who don't like us, yes, who are, that would make sense. Someone who's going through this, they obviously aren't known, so yeah. Someone who I don't know might dislike us. I guess that would make more sense, yeah.
Sure, yeah. Well, you go first because of your ability. So why don't this sounds like charm to me.
For sure. I hope
you're being very charming. You're very we're friends.
Nice. You ladies are in the know of everything that goes on, not just within the Crown lands, but of all the Reach. of the Reach, the Seven Kingdoms, all that shenanigans. I don't think.
So yeah, so it sounds like you're influencing. Why don't you give me that charm roll?
Okay, here we go. I'm so nervous. I'm literally shaking. So that's 30 because I have charismatic now with charm.
Okay. All right, hold on.
God.
Yeah, it's like 4 degrees. Your persuasion is 5, so
It is
that's
5.
3 6s.
20. And
I'm literally vibrating with just
Congratulations. You're
yeah! Right?
I gotta come out strong with what I know, guys.
They seem to be trying to contain themselves due to some form of like, it would be rude if we actually just listed the people who hated you. But you are so like, oh, I just wanted to know, what do you think? And then you make them feel so a part of like the conversation. And yeah, so they'll go, well, I have heard House Florent doesn't like you very much. Oh, and House Crane, of course. Oh, and House Dunn. Oh, and House Quee. Like, I have heard some dark things from House Graceford. Oh, that too. What about Graves? Oh, yes, I have heard Lady Graves talk a bit too much about your good crop. Oh, and House Footley. And of course the Fossaways. Wait, but no, one of the Fossaways liked them. And he goes, which Cider Hall and New Barrel? I go, New Barrel dislikes them.
Oh no, not the red apples.
Like Cider Hall likes them. The Greens dislike them, not the Reds. He goes, oh yes, of course. House Grim. Oh god, Lord Grim goes on about the fall of House Weirlight, doesn't he?
I can't catch all these names.
House Beesbury, of course.
The Beesburys don't like us. God damn.
Yeah, they literally list like, I want to say like a third of the houses in the Reach.
Jesus.
Oh, 7 help me. Okay.
And then they're like, oh, who said they'd really love? I know someone said they'd like to castrate the Weirlights. Who was that? And goes, the McDoons. And then it goes, oh, the McDoons. Of course, the McDoons. Then again, hasn't Conan McDoon said that about most lords in the Reach? He has, I do believe. He goes, poor Stella. Oh, I mean, of course, poor Stella. We all feel for Stella.
Yes,
like having to marry a brute like Conan. But yes, no, I believe they're saying another of them very much disliked the Weirlights, and you'll see, how is it? House Granger. House Granger as well.
Granger.
I couldn't write down all of those names fast enough.
There
So
were
many.
I didn't know which ones were like
but
or new to us or canon. I don't know.
The ones that took the
House
time.
Hutchison.
There's so many names.
Let's see, House Merriweather.
It just keeps going.
An
All the Reach
extensive
houses
amount.
hate us.
God damn it.
Yeah, it does seem like a lot. I go, what about the Meadows? Like, no, I think isn't one of the Meadows girls one of their girls? Like, I believe so. I remember someone mentioning something. Was it the Meadows? Who am I thinking of, Kaylee? Like the Middleburys. The Middleburys, of course. And of course, I mean, we don't even have to mention House Kidwell and House Laygood. Of course, they hate the Weirlights.
Oh, you don't have to mention them at all.
Yeah. Vivian, you were aware that a lot of houses felt some form of dislike, but this is a startling amount.
Yeah. It is not good being on the outside of the inside crew. Okay.
Like, however, the powerful houses like them. That's true. I don't feel the Ashfords have a problem with the Weirlights. No. I think neither do the Charlies. Well, of course, the Fossways of Cider Hall, High Towers, and of course the Tyrells. The important people like you, but you know, these other houses, they get jealous of success. You know, don't even think two things of it, Vivian. None of them have the I think, tenation to pull something like this off. I think you're fine. I mean, many of them are rich. Oh, of course, they're Reachmen. Reachmen are disgustingly rich. Very rich. They don't spread that wealth around, do they? No, they do not.
Well,
I go, well, I hope that's helped.
it has immensely. As always, I can trust you all to help me where I'm lacking.
He goes, well, that's what we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, remember, we definitely believe you. Absolutely.
Of course. There was never a doubt in my mind.
Like, well, we do have to run off. I believe it is that time. I'm sure our husbands are wondering where we are. I think they're done listing the horses or whatever tournaments.
No, I shall not keep you. Go on.
I think, good day, and they trips off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where to begin. I can't. There's not enough damage control in the world to try and figure out why.
We're just gonna have to. People are just gonna hate us.
They're just gonna hate us.
It's true, but it's like that means I feel like then whoever is behind this is like they knew we were like everyone hated us and that's why they picked us.
I don't know if it would be us. One of the houses. Thinking a lot of things.
Okay, so that answered one question. Second question. Is Marita Lugas among the other ladies here on the green?
No. She is not here.
Alright.
You know where she sleeps.
I do. But I am deathly afraid if I dig too deep, that woman will punch me and I will die.
Single punch.
So I know Orton didn't want to talk about it, but I feel like I could get him to talk about it. Yeah, I'll see if I can find Orton Lugas.
All right, you will go off to find Orton Lugas.
I need a distraction from this.
Right. Mariella,
Hi.
any other kind of information or something you wish to glean from this small pavilion of gentle ladies?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to see, with Ashella being queen bee, and she had mentioned all of the dogs that are here trying to present themselves. I kind of want to see if I can get her rolling on, like, just who is here. It would allow her to vent her venom on other individuals rather than myself, and I can gather as much information as possible.
If you want to try to simultaneously ingratiate yourself to Ashella and allow her to vent by naming ugly girls.
Well, it's like trying to figure out who's here because it's like she shits on my house.
That's the goal, right? Is like,
yeah, it's like I want the head count. I want to know who she knows is here.
So why don't we engage in sort of a mini intrigue here?
Okay.
We'll have you go first. And you, this sounds like you're using charm, right? You're trying to get her to talk about
if
things
at all possible, yes.
by being like, no, I'm out of the loop. Who's shitty and ugly and who's here? Tell me, come on. Tell me about
it's
the
like
dog show.
who is here that you've already basically passed judgment on.
Yeah. Go through all the Dornish women who've shown up and are taking your jobs.
Okay. So you want persuasion charm?
Yes, please.
Nice.
Okay, let's see. That is on Ashella. That would be Yeah, so that's 2 degrees of success. And that would be your this is 4, so 8, so yeah, that's like a pretty good hit. She's like, oh, of course. Well, we have seen a few, but I think about. Now, I do want to know, Mariella, that you are only, of course, interacting with, girls that are, people that are worth your time. Because I did hear a nasty rumor about you, the nastiest, that you actually talked. Now, I didn't believe it, but you talked to Erinette Shreve? That's not true, right? You're the thing, because you're one of us, right? And she's, well, her. So she coming at you right now. Okay, so she's okay. Influence.
She's gonna hit me so hard since she's a queen bee. This is gonna like,
Yeah, she's pretty good at this. Yeah, she's trying to basically get you to react at the moment. Okay, yeah, so that's 19.
oh yeah. My defense is 12.
12. Okay, so that's 2 degrees of success. So that's 8 damage to you. What are you to Ashella? Are you indifferent?
Yeah, it's like
I feel like you're indifferent because you don't like her. but
Yeah,
you don't hate her.
I'm not. I don't enjoy playing the same pool that she's in, but I know that's survival.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's 8 influence to you.
Okay.
Minus your 4.
So, well, so it's just a straight 8, or
So
yeah.
you take 4.
So it would be 8, but then your ID of injury defense of 4. So that would then be a total of 4
Awesome.
influence to you.
Okay. All right. Considering the circumstances that we found ourselves within each other's companies, I had to step into the role my mother would do as she went to deal with her sister. So there are things that needed to be done.
Okay, so what are you trying to use here? What is, because this doesn't sound like charm necessarily. What are we doing?
No,
here?
I feel like it's maybe more convince rather
Okay.
than charm.
So is your intent to deceive her? Because like
No, not really. It's like she was basically fulfilling her mother's role within
Okay.
it, and it's like
Yeah, all right.
she's not denying like that I necessarily talked to her, but I'm not gonna reveal it's like just how much, because it's like she knows not to like openly offer information to Ashella.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Why don't you make me that convince roll?
All right, so it'll just be persuasion because I don't have convince.
Okay. 15. All right, that is a degree of success, and this is off of your
will,
your
which is
will.
4.
All right. All right. Yeah. So she seems to not
Care.
accept that. She's just like, okay, like so you did talk to her. See, I don't know if you actually want to discuss this, because I mean you're not friends with her, right? I mean, she's a Shreve, let alone who she is. I mean, I half expected to be entered into the Equine race later, and a lot of the girls laugh. But and we don't socialize with her group. So you don't social actually socialize with her, right? Did your mother made you talk to her? God, tell us the details on it. God, she must be so terribly droll. So she's going to try and hit you again. Okay, 13. I can't remember if that actually affects you.
I've got a 12.
You got a 12. Okay, so 1 degree of success. But with your defense, it doesn't. Eventually, you absorb all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So no influence damage there. Garbage roll for her.
I know, which is the sad part. It's like, oh. Okay, so basically she's like, tell me all the details. It's like, tell me you're not friends with her is basically what I'm hearing. I've only met and spoken to her once. I think that's a little premature to call a friendship.
All right, well, that sounds like convince again.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me that roll?
I need all the
you got a
bonus
15.
dice. No, I haven't.
Oh, no,
that's
no.
the previous one.
Yeah.
Oof, no.
She's like, yet. And then she kind of forces something on you here.
Of course. Because she's a Shella.
Yeah, because she's a Shella. And so she basically says yet. Mariella, if we're going to continue being friends and talking, I'm going to need you to tell me what's the worst thing you can think of Aranet? I mean, there's so many to choose from: her personality, her face. Tell me what part of her do you find the most disgusting? And she's real good with taunt.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's 20. So that's 2 degrees of success. So that's 8. So minus 4. So another 4.
Okay. All right. I am so tempted to use Shield of Reputation. I'm so tempted.
Okay.
But I'm trying to fully understand how that might work with this.
Mm-hmm.
You can fall back on your reputation and status to influence your opponent. Make a status test against your opponent's base will results. if you equal to or beat the target's base result, that target's disposition automatically improves by 1 step. You may use this action only once per intrigue.
That could be helpful.
Yeah, I think I might try Shield of Reputation.
Right. So you kind of say something essentially to the effect of like, well, a lady in my position and station couldn't possibly say such a thing in such a public place. Basically, you saying like, oh, I'm not really going to say anything, but if it works, Shella could imply that itself is a big diss right there, right?
Yeah.
Like, the thing I would have to say
She
is
can
so
interpret
awful.
what she wants.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that all right, that's a pretty smart way to do it. I dig it. Yeah, so make that status test.
Okay, I've got a question. Would I be able to also roll Reputation with it? Because I have it. If not, I totally understand. I have Reputation.
I'm gonna, in this circumstance, say yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna take that as a case by case, but
That's
always
cool. I just figured I'd ask because I have it. Haifa.
Haifum. Oh. Yeah, I mean, with reputation, yeah. So yeah, she immediately improves a rank, and she goes, and she just like chuckles, and the other girls seem to pick up on it too. I go, ooh, she's like, ooh, Mariella, all right. I'm like, yeah. So I think that will actually end the intrigue. She's more inclined to you now. Which she was, I will say, indifferent to you at the start of this. Now
I assume so, yes.
Which means she now likes you more than basically everyone in this group. Because she's a Shilla.
So we've gone up to amiable. Okay.
And people are objects to her. So she kind of like takes your arm and just begins walking with you, and the girls like follow. And she's talking to like everyone, but like also to you.
This is so unclean.
What?
This is so unclean.
Unclean. Being this close to her. But yeah, no, Ashella begins to sort of tell you about like all these daughters and sons of turnip knights that actually come out trying to prove something, that their blood isn't just stained with mud, and she just generally saying things that everyone makes her think she's related to Draco Malfoy. But
Mudblood.
Mudblood. But yeah, she talks about some of the houses coming out. She particularly talks about some of the northern houses.
Okay.
Like just dog-faced girls who, no one ever sees because they have to be kept in their cave or whatever the hell, whatever Northmen live in. And she does mention one girl, Glorious Frostmore, saying they say she's so wild they have to keep her in a cage. A rare beauty, some say. They also say, many men say that about the animals they mount upon their walls. Saying awful things continuously.
Yeah.
But yeah, she mentions the first daughter of House Granger is here. Poor girl. She's lucky her father has any modicum of money. Otherwise, I don't think anyone would go near her. And laugh. And they also mention Esmeralda McDoon. Though one girl's like, well, I thought she was quite pretty. And she goes, yes, quite pretty. As are wolves. But no, she's most likely to take a bite out of you than talk to you. I hear she howls at night. And he goes, well, no wonder her father's a savage. Like, I can't believe they still allow that man in peerage. Like, he's a known bandit. And they kind of go on about that. And they said some poor Riverland girls have showed up. These three daughters from House Hartworth, all basically believing themselves to be beautiful. And I say, I will admit, they are quite pleasant Riverland girls, though I would say they're quite plain Westerosi. And they just, just shit talking.
Catty bitches.
Yep.
Catty fucking bitches. Yeah, she's mentioned several houses.
But the ones that stick out, at least from things, are Granger, Hartworth, Frostmourne, and McDoon.
Yes, those ones stick out to you. She of course mentions Aaronet Shreve.
Yeah.
Let's see here. They do make mention of the Black Widow of Marita Lugas. Saying well, obviously she's not. Obviously she can't even remotely begin to keep a man happy. Otherwise, she wouldn't have to keep killing them, would she? Though I suppose there is a certain allure to what she does, but personally, I find it far easier to have someone take care of me than me having to constantly take care of other things. And they just no, ha 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 ha. I go, she's like, she is a beauty. Men are fools. They will follow even the prettiest faces, even into burning buildings. Yeah, especially if that burning building is Marita Lugas.
All right. So we've got those 5 main things. It's yes, more northern houses and river things, but nobody else from the Reach she's really kind of mentioned.
No, not that she's really mentioned or paid attention to.
Yeah, it's possible they just haven't shown up yet. So
yeah, they do. They do mention somebody. Hold on. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I shocked you with a 25 Shield of Reputation.
It was quite good. Quite good. They do. After they lift all the people, some of them do mention. It goes. One of them does say, I wonder if we'll see the Prince of the Red Flower Veil, and some of the girls sort of titillate. He goes, and Ashella goes, oh, you mean Jalabahar? And they're like, Ashella, you know the Prince of the Red Flower Veil? I perhaps met him once.
I kind of want to do a breeding to see if I know who the hell that is.
Absolutely. That would be a status breeding test.
25.
Fuck. Yes! It was a hard difficulty roll, but you crush it. Funny
that status is my thing.
She is speaking of Jalabahar Jo, otherwise known as the Prince of the Red Flower Veil. He is an exotic member of the King's Court. He is an exile from the Summer Isles, and is one of Robert's favored companions. He wears a cape of green and scarlet feathers, and he has the telltale dark coloring found in all Summer Islanders. And when I say dark, I mean he is very, very dark. I don't mean from the Free Cities or Dornish who are kind of tanner. I mean he's black.
Okay.
But yes, Jalabhar Jo. Commonly referred to as the Prince of the Red Flower Veil.
That I was able to spell. Yeah, I would not have been able to spell that.
Jalabhar Jo. Yeah, he's known to be like exotically beautiful, and apparently best friends with Robert. Like Robert fucking loves him.
Okay. So aside from Ned, this is his BFF. Got it.
Yeah, I mean, right, Ned is his like blood brother in arms, and I'd fight any day with you. But these are the people he actually hangs out with for his entire kingdom, right?
Yeah.
Like his reign, right? Like,
Yeah.
He the last time he saw Ned was when he was crowned king, and then they never see each other again until that moment in the books, right?
Yeah.
So
This
he has
is-
friends
this
he
is
hangs
like,
out with at court. This is one of the dudes.
This is his like current obsession.
Well, there's a couple, but he's got like a posse of people. This is one.
This
of
is
them.
one of his frat bros. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. And of course, he's given them all positions at court.
Obviously.
Of course.
Okay. Awesome. I think would it be like I don't know. For some reason I imagine like Oshella at like a certain point of day is like, I have to go rest and like beauty nap or whatever. Or is she like here to like fully like
No. They after the heat kind of gets a little too high, a lot of the girls will begin to disperse.
Okay.
This was just like, oh, we heard some people set up some stuff at the pavilion. Let's go see who's who and let's maybe hang out.
Okay.
And a lot of people got attracted by the shirtless fight. As well.
Shirtless men rolling in mud, yes. I'm assuming Ashella did not mention like where like she and her people are kind of like located at.
Yeah, she'll definitely tell you like where her family is staying. I think they're at a tavern called the Gilded Pear.
Course.
Yes. They say she's just like Mama knows the owner. And they've cleared out the tavern for us. We would stay at the manor house here, but it's apparently the tiles being redone because once again my father has had a change of heart. Men. She just like rolls her eyes. She will actually mention one more thing. She will actually talk about Iris Dannett.
Yes, please.
Yeah, she's just like, and did you hear Dance's I think about Iris's disappearance? I mean,
I heard something on the
about
road.
Yes, about time, right? I mean,
from my general understanding, weren't they like kind of okay with each other?
No.
No? Okay.
In fact, now I don't think you noticed before, but Marielle, in this moment, you were like, wait, aren't you? But you actually realized you never saw Iris talking with anyone.
Okay.
Oh.
The only times you interacted with her when she came up to you and would say shit and then leave.
Yeah.
But you actually don't remember her actually socializing with any of this group.
I don't blame her for it.
But yeah, Ashella basically says like, I mean, it's so sad. I mean, beautiful. Like as Iris were. I mean, the Dannets have been on the out so long, and I heard that rumor about your family. And I'm just thinking, good all. I hope someone just wipes that smudge off it feels a stain on the beautiful tapestry that is the Reach. I honestly hope that the house falls soon. It sounds like it will. I mean, the Lord's a fat old fool. I think Atom, though somewhat attractive, I think is more like akin to a hot-headed dog. And it's about that time. I think Iris did it. What ran away? I go, you actually believe she ran away? Please. After seeing one look of what she'd been, that poor girl had gone through, and with Reuben, no, she killed herself, obviously. And it's about time.
Jesus.
I wish I had empathy right now. But can I do like an awareness? I'm assuming she is so full of her own like beliefs that it's like.
Yeah,
like,
I will say that you've engaged Ashell at this point that what she's saying, she has literally no proof of.
Okay.
She has just come to a conclusion, and she's just telling everyone it.
Lovely.
Goes, and then she goes, "Well, I bet you're happy, Mariella. She always did try and attempt to torment you. It is so disgusting what dogs like that try to do to their betters."
I'm assuming it's like almost condescending, like pat on the hand if like she had already like apprehended my arm,
she had
like not even like really looking at me, and it's
not
like
even remotely.
Yeah, I don't respond to it.
Yeah, no, she doesn't. She seems to not expect you to.
Yeah.
Ashell is talking.
Yeah, she likes to hear herself talk. I would really like to, like. No, I don't feel like this is the correct location for this. No, we won't do that.
Yeah, but then she'll turn to you and go, "Well, we all must be off. See you at the welcoming feast, Mariella." And she just like air kisses your face.
Is this like the first time she's basically done that? It's been like, okay.
You're on the end now.
Yeah, she seems to have regarded you as like, oh my god, you're not an idiot, and obviously we have similar tastes. Finally, someone to talk to. Which is she's still talking at you, but now she's mainly she's talking to everyone when she talks to you, but she's looking at you sometimes, you know?
Does Ashella Ashford also have supreme arrogance?
Maybe. she has a couple things.
Maybe.
She's a queen bee. She's gonna have something. Yeah, it's like I will
She's
totally.
Like, see you there. Like, we should meet up beforehand. We must coordinate. All right, Ta goes, ta, and she just flutters off at the blood-soaked butterfly she is.
Oh god, I feel so dirty right now. So dirty. I'm assuming my mother has left the pavilion. I don't see her there.
No.
You still want to go on a walk to the equestrian area?
I feel like I collect Cord and Constance,
and he's already behind you as everyone dispersed. He's just there.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder what his reaction was.
And you also notice many other armed men are like dispersing from the area.
Yeah.
Like, attaching themselves to their individual girls.
Yeah, I think like I kind of turn like in, so then like we're kind of like an inner triangle, and I like let like the look of like, okay, deep breaths, kind of like go, and it's like, Cord, could you help lead us to our tent?
Like, of course, my lady. And he walks directly in front of you, like very close in front of you, as if to obscure your face and features.
A nice man. All of the like guards just like hanging out.
Just chill. Even the ones we kind of thought were dicks are pretty chill. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I kind of make way over towards the family tent. Yep. I do, however, it's like want to try to keep like houses that we pass, like their tents or whatever. So then it's like I've got the mental tally going in my head of who.
You guys have a
here.
really big, nice tent.
Yeah, we
Like,
do.
if you ever wanted to sleep there, you could. You actually brought the beds to do it.
Oh. Huh.
It's just like, if you wanted to. That's mostly where the men
Noble
sleep.
sleep.
Not on the beds, of course. They sleep on mats. But
But if ever you need to take a nap between joust matches, you can take a
essentially,
power
yeah.
nap.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
There's fruit and food in there and wine.
I feel like maybe part way she's like kind of collected herself and like maybe like tugs the back of like his shirt or something, so then like he knows he can kind of like step to the side and kind of guide.
He'll go back and step just behind you. Yeah, he's not saying anything, but he is like. All right. Very nice. So, I'm going to transition now.
To a whorehouse?
Yes, to the whorehouse.
Okay.
I'm sorry, all I could
Get some
think of is like the
lighthearted
House of Hobang from like the musical 6. The House of Hobang, yeah. So bad.
Yeah, you go into the Jade Spring.
Mhm.
A woman you recognize as the madam pretty quickly. Heavy, like makeup, all green and gold, kind of flows up to you and goes, and kind of like looks you up and down. Almost a lot. Did you bathe last night, Naimora?
Yeah, I think I actually mentioned that when we were getting to the inn that she was just like, I'm going to get all of the mud off of me and all of the blood.
Yes, I do
all of
remember
it.
this. Good. All right, fantastic. Then she'll kind of like look you over and be like, "Welcome to the Jade Spring. What rest can we inflict upon you?"
Well, I saw the most.
Do you have money?
Yeah, Clarissa gave me money.
No, that's what she says. She asks,
Oh.
"Do you have
Oh,
money?"
she asked me. Oh, and she's like, yes,
Can I see it?
if you must. Take out the coins.
Yeah, and you show it to
Jingle,
her. She's
jingle,
like,
jingle.
"Okay, continue."
Well, now I'm not even going to put a spin on it. I'm looking for a girl named Lita. I saw her last night. She's beautiful.
Oh, yes. Are you willing to wait a moment?
For sure.
Very well. And she gestures to the sitting area.
Go sit in the waiting room for the whorehouse.
Yeah, everyone's in the waiting room now.
Anything interesting going on in the whorehouse? Anyone that looks familiar?
there's whores about.
I know, but I know what whores look like for sure.
Yeah, they're about.
Any patrons?
Not that you're. I mean, you don't see any like other like armed people waiting out here. Like you do see at one point like a man walk out like buttoning his trousers. He looks wealthy-ish, and he just like leaves. Pretty like thank you for coming, and he's like not talking to anyone or looking at anyone. He's
Don't
just
look
leaving.
at me. Don't acknowledge that I was here.
Mm-hmm. You definitely hear some strange noises. So apparently, you hear like occasion, like you actually don't hear the normal noises in a whorehouse, which is like the
They have incredible
the
sound
high.
here.
You actually mostly just hear running water continuously.
Mhm. Oh, they're like
you-
white noise machines.
Nice.
That's exactly what they are.
Medieval white noise machines.
Yeah, in fact, in the in the foyer, in the waiting room, there is a fountain, a spring, if you will, babbling.
Yeah. Can I just say, madam, that this is one of the most beautiful establishments I've ever been in. I love the fountains.
She kind of looks at you and goes, "Thank you so much." Yes, yes, people, I do love a water feature.
Very smart. And she like taps her ears. And she's like, can't hear
And she
anything."
goes, "Yes." She nods. You then hear a noise somewhere, and it doesn't sound like a person, but it's a noise. And she's just like, mm-hmm.
What does it sound like? Does it sound like an animal? All right. Whatever people want to do in their own time, I guess.
Yeah. Sounds like something.
Whatever.
Could have been a table scratching on the ground. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Someone could have just moved a big table across the floor. Who knows? So you are waiting here a bit, and someone does come in and look around, and you recognize him.
Yeah.
It's Orton Lugas.
Ha!
And he like looks around, and then he sees you, and he's like, You give him the thumbs up, and he's like, kind of like he's like looking around, and then he just turns around, and
it's really nice in here. You could definitely do much worse.
And he just like, and then you just see him leave. He was like, "Oh, is it? Oh, all right."
What was that man doing in here?
What did you say?
I said, no, what was that man doing in here? I got the impression that he wasn't
Looking for lady favorites.
And then, after a bit, coming down the stairs, there's a man kind of hurriedly going down. And he is sort of like fitting a cloak onto him, like a big one. And he kind of like quickly goes over to like the madam, and he's like, "Hey." She goes, "Oh yes, of course." And she like kind of picks up something and hands it to him.
Can I see what it was?
What's your passive awareness?
My awareness is just a 2, so
okay. So you want to try and roll and be like, try and see what it was.
Just crane my neck a little bit.
Yeah, roll awareness.
That's almost as good as it can get.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It seemed that wrapped up under a blanket, a little bit pokes out. You see like a really vibrant white cloak.
Oh shit.
What's the guy look like?
The guy? Short-ish. Not shortish, but mid-height. He's got like unremarkable looking. He's got a beard. He's got a hood up. Weathered face. You get a look at his face. You don't recognize him. If you saw him again, you'd probably be like, oh. But nothing to write home about.
Okay. Definitely not the Fox Knight, guys.
No, the white cloak. Well, there's only one thing in all of King's Landing.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just like picking everybody.
Oh yeah, no. It's not. Oh, the Fox Knight.
We got it for everyone, just to make sure.
No. Yes. No. It does not look like the description of the Fox Knight. This guy looks short and
Yeah. I know. It's just this is the Kingsguard. Potentially.
So after a few moments, you see Lyda kind of come down stairs and go, "Lyda, you have a client?" And she goes, "I just had one." And she goes, "It'll be a bit different." And she gestures and she goes, "Oh." And she smiles. And she smiles at you and kind of takes her hand, Nymora.
And I will take her hand and I will follow her wherever she wants to go.
Yeah. She will lead you up into a room It's nice. Again, pillows all over the ground, and there's fruit in here, and a nice little babbling, little mini waterfall kind of thing going on.
Is this the exact same room?
Yeah, that Clary was just in? Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same room.
There's only the one room.
No, there's several rooms up there. That's just hers.
I know. Alright. And as soon as she starts like getting undressed, I'm just gonna put a hand. Yeah, I'm gonna put a hand on her wrist and be like, I'm going to be honest with you. So, regardless of what happens tonight, regardless of what just happens, like what you say, I still plan on eating your cunt until you scream. So, I'll just get that out of the way.
She smiles.
But a friend of mine was just here asking questions.
At that, she stops smiling.
Listen, I'm not going to ask you to do... If you feel like scared or if you're worried or anything, I'm not going to ask you uncomfortable questions, but I wanted to... She's a noble. She doesn't get it sometimes. I'm common as dirt. I was born in a gutter. My mother sells fish and bait. So Clary doesn't get it all the time. But if you know anything about the Dannett family, I mean, anything else.
Let us engage in an intrigue.
And I'm going to lose because this isn't like. But
Don't sell
I'm not
yourself
trying.
short. You don't know.
No, what is it? My persuasion is a 3. So
hey, that's good.
But I'm not trying. But I'm hoping that it's going to be maybe a little bit easier because I'm not trying to I'm being upfront with her. So maybe I can use it.
So why don't you roll me a status roll?
Garbage.
Yeah, it is garbage. So she's gonna go first. And she kind of looks you up and down, and then slowly just kind of nods and drops the rest of her clothes. And she kind of slowly backs up to the end of the bed, and she just fully displays her sex to you.
Oh,
And yep, she got naked. Yep, and she got that attractive quality too. Yep, and of course, Namora, she looks great.
Yeah, she looks very beautiful. I'm sure.
And she kind of says Clary, she didn't mention her name before. Clary, was that short for something? She was quite beautiful. Fiery red hair, soft skin. I have soft skin, and
she going up on her and doing that thing that's
No, she's just
she's laying back with her legs.
Yeah.
Okay, different visual. Okay,
yeah, and she's touching her own legs and stuff, and she is seducing. Which
sure.
I will say she's a bit good at.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Ugh.
My intrigue defense is a 7, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I told you. I told her, I have every intention of pursuing this.
Yeah, absolutely. I love
tell
it.
Me anything.
Yeah, no, it's the best. Cool. So, oh shit, is this all? Oh, I have all these stuck to GM rolls. Have you guys seen any of my rolls tonight?
Only
really.
one for Lyle Brewer.
One.
He's the only sheet I think the new ones I put in I have on. Yeah, they're set on GM rolls.
Lyle Brewer, 100% public.
He's
Everything
out in the
else
open
is
for
not
everyone to
420.
see.
He's not hiding his
Exactly.
intent. Not at all.
Nope.
All right,
Not at
I'm
all.
okay with that. Okay, so well, she rolled a 22. So
Sure.
she rolled very well. So 7, huh? Well,
Yeah.
let's see here. That's 5, 10, 15. So that's 4 degrees of success.
Yeah.
Let's see. So that's
Walk me through how this works, because for every intrigue thus far, I've just sort of been,
sure. So what we need to determine, what we forgot to determine, that's my fault, is your intrigue, like your demeanor, essentially.
Okay.
How do you see her? Are you friendly? Are you amiable? Are you indifferent?
Indifferent, 100%.
100% indifferent. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I fully buy that. So that means you -4 from any result she gets successfully in the damage you deal. Now I will warn you, she has just dealt you 20 intrigue, 20 influence.
Yeah, my composure
-4 is 16.
Yeah, so that's my composure is 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. What's your will?
My will is 2.
I see. So, unfortunately, there is not enough frustration for you to suffer, for you not to be, like, fully
100%
seduced.
into this, yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Big
Essentially.
woman right there, yeah.
She's just like, oh, of course, we'll talk about things. Then she's just like, feel yourself, starts speaking in this very throaty voice. And, Naimora, it's been like a bit.
It's been a bit. So
and she's tall, and and she's like literally 5'9". Like she's tall, dark haired, fair skin, hot, so naked.
On a platter.
Yeah, and basically what
100%.
she wants from you. So this is sort of her thing. Is like, she's like, vagina, and
Hey.
she wants, and basically
Yes,
she's like,
yes, I'm there, 100%.
and then she's
I'm
basically
here for this.
she's so beautiful. Maybe we could, later. Maybe we could get her to join us. What's her name again? And then you're like, you're vagina blind, so. This would be the moment where you of course, tell her name. You want, because that thought, I'm sure, excites you.
Well, she already knows that her name is Clary. So, I mean, it's like, I don't think, even with, like, that amount of frustration, I don't think that Naimura would be like, oh yes, let's absolutely bring Clarissa into that, because she knows Clarissa's not that
Right, but
great.
no, right, I understand. Like, but you are out of influence, right? You've basically been defeated in an intrigue.
No, but I am 100% going to pounce on that. So,
right, but the point of her
she's looking for Clarissa's full name.
State Clarissa's name.
Oh. Alright. And Clarissa?
Not any information about her, but yeah, Clarissa asked her what, like, her full name. Like, what's her name?
Oh, Clarissa? Wow, that's a lot of.
Like, what? I go, and you said she's a noble. Nobles. Like, what house is she from?
Oh, Asteroid? Can you
she nods.
Can you just sort of move your leg that way, please?
She does.
Oh wow. Okay. We can talk about this after. That's fine.
She nods.
Sure. But I'm not going to let you. We're going to talk about this.
Like, of course, you're the boss.
Oh no. Yeah. Just drop kick onto that bed.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll cut away.
Beautiful.
How graphic will Twitch
Do they have to roll
And
for a
YouTube, let us know.
performance or like a endurance check? See how long she has to
No.
last.
No.
Are you checking for future reference, Aaron?
What? No, no, not at all.
Yeah, no, we cut away. So good work. We can try to have a scene with Naimora maybe a little afterwards.
Later.
We post.
But unfortunately, Lita took
Post-
control of that situation.
I know.
Yeah,
I
hell
told
yeah,
you,
she did.
There was a shot in the dark, but
Yeah. No, I loved it. No, I loved it.
Yes, seduce
guess
Naimora.
I'm gonna trap her in bed.
I'm just glad I could get you laid.
It's really what Tony wants, I think, for most of us.
It's
Of
probably
course.
been
We just
like
gotta get laid.
I want all of you to find love.
We're
it's
all in
probably
quarantine
been
right now. This
several
is
months
where
of-
most of us are gonna get our action.
Yeah. Just the game.
All right
Is there
then.
a time limit? Is there a time limit on that money? How long do I have with this one?
Oh,
you
just
finished-
her for 20 silver stags?
Mhm.
You know, it's like, we say,
Couple hours.
Hour or so? 2 hours? I don't know
Like
how,
an a-
how much work.
like an hour.
Hey, you can get a lot done in an hour.
She's mine for a while, and I will go back down and find more money if I need to, because I'm gonna monopolize her time until she
Clarissa!
talks to me.
I need more money.
This keeps coming back. I swear it's her research purposes only.
Come back every single day.
I don't-
Why aren't you talking to me?
Tries all the time.
Yeah, later, Clarissa, you just see Naimora come in, just in like her small clothes, like I need money. She doesn't even know where up is. She's just like I need. No. No. But all right. So looking at time. So I know what Namora is about. I believe Vivienne. You wanted to go talk to Orton.
Yeah.
I know where he was.
Before or after the whorehouse?
Yeah.
I don't know where he's been. I don't follow him. I got my own
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, if you go back to by the end of that whole pavilion thing.
I assume back at the inn is where I would find him the most, like the end of the
Yeah,
day,
you
like,
do
singing.
see him.
Yeah.
You do see him reading a book. Clarissa is there too.
Wonderful. Is there a way I can like? I don't want to express it, but I want to like give Clarissa eyes, like be in this conversation. I don't know if there's a way to do that, or if they're at the same table. Maybe I don't know. How do I?
Well, I'm sure I've worked with you long enough to know what it means when
This
you're
is for
telling
sure.
me, to like
Mhm.
do something.
Yeah,
So
just to
even-
join me at the table. We're gonna have a conversation with Orton Lucas. You know,
There you go.
someone with culture at this wonderful tavern that we
Yeah.
found ourselves in.
Yeah, she'll kind of put her papers aside, hand them to Jaren, and come sit with you.
Mhm.
Yeah, he'll look up and go, Lady Vivienne, Lady Clarissa, the green, full of excitement.
Ugh, exciting as ever.
I'm sure it is.
I didn't see that. I know your brother was signed up for the tournament as well as your, soon to be brother-in-law. Were you and he not, traipsing about the green, scouting out the competition?
Does that sound like something my brother and I would do?
Sounds like something you would do. I feel like you would
No.
like to. No.
No.
On my
Like,
assumptions.
Well, I of course wish Nathan great luck
Mhm.
in the tournament. I doubt he would take a piece of advice given from me. I believe he would take it about the time goats speak.
Yes, but I assumed he would like to, see the competition. So,
He kind of shrugs. He goes, I am here to support my house, but I find, alas, you've caught me. I find very little interest in the results of the tournament. I'm sure whoever crowned champion will be fantastic. And most likely named Jaime Lannister. But
he's very talented. He always has been.
he is. Even drunk, I hear. Like, anyway. I go, like, but I'm glad you found some other fun out there.
Yeah. We all must find our entertainment wherever we can. I am just... Because you say you and your brother have no interest in traversing the green.
Well, my brother does, but he has no interest in traversing it with me.
Oh. Is there, discourse between the two of you?
He looks at you as if you're crazy. He's like, you did come in the night, right?
I did.
I know you're being very sweet and kind, Vivian, Lady Vivian, but there is no love lost between my brother and I. I love him. I mean, we love each other, and I would wish him no harm. But
sweetness and kindness has nothing to do with that. We can leave that to the sweet cakes. It has everything to do with how I see you as. You seem to be a very clever young man who very much is invested into the well-being of your brother and your sister and your household.
I am, but Nathan, our family isn't influential enough for people to target us. I'm not particularly worried. Nathan knows who his competition is. Everyone knows who the competition is. This year and every year. But I have no eye for who's good with a lance or not. I suppose I could talking to people I could find out, but
so if
people often find me. Not many people wish to talk to me.
I don't believe that for a moment.
Well, you're very kind to say it, Lady Vivian, but it is true.
Well,
I'm glad I have availed some entertainment upon you while I talk, but others find me a bringer of tedium.
I think you're underselling your qualities to a significant degree.
You're too kind.
If you talk of influence, and of course with your brother being as he is and earning glory for his house and as such the attorney, your sister, vibrant as she is engaged to Langley Woods. Now, I know Lord Woods to be many things, but I recall both of you were at the wedding at the Harts and Mannings, but
he smiles slyly. He goes, "We both were there. Yes, that is true."
But I don't remember any talk of an engagement or betrothal there.
He smiles and he goes, "Well, that's because until the wedding, he had not had the idea."
And dear to him.
I might have. Well, I think we all attend such events for certain reasons. You, of course, to uphold only your family name and see your own blood marry off. I had no blood in that like that, but I did have my own goals. I do take care of my family as well as I can, as well as they let me. You just like
we are all limited to our position, aren't we, Orton?
He nods. I believe we are, Vivian.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Vivian, excuse me. Sorry, familiarity.
It's fine. I think we're coming to a point of, a familiarity where we can be friends.
He
Call me
smiles. He
Lily.
goes, "That's very kind of you, but
Very
forgive
well. I
me.
don't know. Forgiveness is granted. I don't want to put you in a spot of discomfort. You can call me Lady Weirlight and Lord Lucas, as it.
He goes, well, I think you have every right to call me Orton, but I don't know if I have the right to call you Vivienne.
Very well.
You are
To give
quite a
to
bit
give
above
you
me.
to give you ease, you can call me Lady Weirlight.
Not Vivienne. Not Lady Vivienne.
I should like the ring of that a lot more.
Like, then that was what I shall call you.
Wonderful. Now, tell me, Orton, did you plant the idea to get Sir Lucas to
Sir Langley?
Sir Langley? Sorry. Yes,
Yeah,
sorry.
you said Sir Langley.
Yeah,
I understand.
thank you. Sir Langley, to engage your sister.
Yes.
How did
I'm
that?
quite proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
Job very well done, if you don't mind me saying, my lord.
He kind of looks at you and he goes, I don't think you need to call me my lord, Lady Clarissa.
Respect, sir.
Thank you. I know you are the seneschal to Lady Vivienne, but you just as noble as I am. I mean, I would probably argue more, but I am a second son. Like we rarely have any flair to us, unless you're a Tyrell.
As a third daughter of 4, I can confidently say I know where you're coming from.
He smiles. He goes, "Perhaps, but a daughter is a daughter."
A very good point, sir.
He goes, "Yeah, but I did. That is the reason I attended the wedding. My father was invited, and no one in my family was going to go, so I saw an opportunity to fill a gap that needed to be filled. Langley Woods is a good match.
You seek opportunities and you just snatch it up for good of your household.
Like, I wouldn't say snatch. I would say tediously so into."
Oh, so you're careful about this.
Lady Vivian, you have a voice that carries very far. You have a gravitas when you speak. When you make a point known, the whole room listens. When I speak, some people in the corner might pay attention. I have to be quiet in the way I do things, as I do not have the presence that someone like you or your husband has.
This is true, but then that means there are other skills that you have. True.
He suddenly is like goes, I suppose.
We'll pull this boy into an intrigue.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry, am I overstepping? I don't know if like this is like I have to wait until a certain phrase triggers.
Get him!
I think we've engaged pretty quick, pretty entirely here.
Okay, I don't.
Yeah, so
I don't know
let's. Cool. So let's make status rolls, and Vivian, you do have to roll.
Okay.
As he has the same trait as you.
Understood. So, due to my privilege, I believe it's status breeding. Is that correct, or is it status reputation?
It's just status.
Okay.
But it can be. I think it can be reputation. Yes, you can add reputation.
Then I will go ahead and try to do that. Here we go.
Right.
25.
Well, you probably definitely beat him. I will say
Mm-hmm.
yes. So due to his ability, basically what it's going to go, even though Clarissa rolled
Yeah.
higher, technically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
it will go you, Vivian,
Mm-hmm.
Orton,
Mm-hmm.
then Clarissa.
Understood. I don't know. I guess this is me asking you.
What is
like,
your
help.
disposition?
This is me asking you to help put my disposition. I want to get information from Orton Lucas.
Cool.
That's
How does
my
Vivian feel about
objective.
Orton as a person?
I think I'm. Instinctually, I want to say amiable because I'm impressed by him with his family, who they being who they are. But this kind of conversations kind of put me as like, this is a clever boy that I'm talking to. What's his shit? So I don't think there's a plausible way to put me indifferent. So the next level I think up with that would be amiable, but I don't know how I feel about it.
Okay.
I'm talking to him because
It sounds like you're amiable.
Okay.
It sounds if you're being genuine
Yeah.
with what you're saying, like, and
Mhm.
you're actually impressed by him. You know,
Mhm.
maybe like, and you like talking to him. Maybe
I do.
he is amiable.
Okay.
Normally I would probably say indifferent, but you know,
Mhm.
I feel like you've met him several times, and
Yeah.
you're like, we didn't see him do a lot of things at the wedding. It's like that's because he was securing a marriage
Yeah.
for his house, essentially.
For sure. I think it's because I've had the interaction, like positive interactions with him before, that I'm amiable. Indifferent would be
Okay.
if I had no interaction with him.
All right. What about
Okay.
you, Clarissa?
Indifferent, for sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
This is the first time you're really meeting this kid.
Uh-huh.
I mean, kid. I mean, he's like same age as you, but like,
Clarissa kind of thinks everyone who's not older than her is a kid.
Every person I come in.
okay. So, what is your intention with this intrigue?
Like when you say intention, do you mean like my technique or like what my objective is?
Your objective.
All right, I want to get information on, I guess specifically, actually that's a different, his sister, like why,
About Marita.
yeah, like why this of course my instance is like I tried to throw in like this vibrant woman who speaks Ravosi to Langley Woods. Come on, what is that about? How?
All right.
Yeah.
So, are you more like why are they getting married, or why? I know before you mentioned like why does she speak Bravosi? Like, what's more important to you?
This is your
Oh,
opening
God.
salvo.
Oh God. Oof. This isn't. Ooh, why does she speak Bravosi? Because that's kind of
Got
why
it.
I went to this conversation.
That's probably worth more of an intrigue because he's already shown reticent about.
This is for his house. Yeah. That's
yeah.
fair. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, what's your opening take? What's your salvo? What's your thing? So far, you've been charming him.
Yeah, I'm for sure gonna
just nonstop.
Yeah,
charm, so.
I'm gonna go with what I'm good at with my influence with charm. I hope I can. Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay. 27 will be with the +2 modifier.
Yeah, damn, you've been rolling like a monster.
You've been rolling nothing but 25s.
I stick within my box. I don't go out.
Yeah. So he and what do you say? Are you like? Speaking of the marriage and your sister, I heard like you bring up the Bravosi thing.
Yes, I do bring up the Bravosi thing. It had to be difficult to convince, Langley Woods of all people, to... it's not hard with your sister being as beautiful as she is, but I would think that her being able to speak fluent Bravosi, the vibrancy of her, that had to be a hard sell. Like, why... Honestly, why that interest in your sister that had...
Yeah, you definitely deal some damage to him for show. But you don't take him out.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, he's he kind of like looks at you and goes, "No, I think you're being far too kind, Lady Vivian, and I appreciate that. Uh, the fact that my sister is worldly and speaks many languages was not a hard sell for Langley Woods. It was more the other things that, the unfortunate things that have happened around her. That was the harder sell." Kind of smiles. I do wish people didn't. It's so much easier to believe awful things about people, isn't it? It's so much easier to believe that someone is awful rather than the far more complicated truth. And I know I've heard the rumors about what people say about my sister, but I know my sister, and I just wish people had, I don't know, were more ready to see the good in people than the bad, but I understand why they can't. She deserves better, not that she'd care. I've always admired that in her. Doop-a-doop-a-doo.
He's good. He is
Very good.
I'm falling for this right now, man. Damn.
You're what?
I fall for this. It's like, damn, shit, he knows how to talk. Fuck.
Yeah. All sorts of hanky feelings, man.
This is rough.
I like
Playing
it.
right in my sympathy heart. I'm so glad I'm not here. I would not do well in this at all.
All right, so this is basically targeted at you, Vivian.
Yeah.
All right. Oh.
God damn it, that can't be good.
Okay.
How do you
So
do?
that.
I can't see it.
Yeah. No, I know, but
Oh wait, sorry. So amiable gives me a +1, so 25, 26, 20, so it's 28. I don't know if that'll change a difference, but it'd be 28 total because I have a +1.
No, that does not change. They always
Okay.
bring that up. Always
Okay.
bring it up because it
I would
could be
just-
the difference.
I gotcha.
But-
Just sorry, I had to flip
No.
the pages to.
You're fantastic. You're great. You're beautiful. Okay, so what's your intrigue defense? Because this definitely beats it.
11.
11. Okay, so that's and then you are amiable.
Yeah, so
that's 3.
3.
So that's 3. So that remaining is 17 influence.
God damn it.
Ouch.
Okay. I apologize for my cursing. I don't think I have enough. I only have 3 in will. I don't have.
So you do have enough.
Oh, okay.
So if you take you can only have as many. So every time you take a point of frustration, you take off 5, right?
Okay.
So and you can only take as many points as frustration as you have points in will.
Okay.
So 17 minus 5 is 12. Would that still beat your composure?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you take 2 points of frustration,
Mhm.
that takes it down to just 7, which would keep you
Okay.
in this, right?
Keep me in this, yeah.
I will tell you, that was not a casual roll he just made. That was like, there were several 6s in that.
Okay.
It's not like, that's right. Orson Lucas is the god tongue. Like,
This is me all the
What have I
time.
done?
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay.
Got real
so-
lucky on this one.
All the red flags.
All right. Yeah. So that would put me. Would I put the 2 in injuries or wounds? Because I know those differentiate my.
I believe it would be wounds.
Okay.
Because it takes dice away.
Yes. Oh yeah. So minus D on all tests by wounds. Yes.
Yeah. So so you're just like, and you're a little frustrated because he just sort of answered your question without ever saying anything, and him
So that
just
was
telling a sad
7?
story.
Yeah. So that was 7, correct?
Yes,
that
7.
Okay. Okay. Not great.
Yeah.
No.
All right,
No.
Clarissa,
not-
it is your turn. You see your lady. You've just heard this volley. This guy's good. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I would love to mollify, but I can't make a 12. I can't confidently make a formidable persuasion roll, so I think I'm going to try and read him first so that I can mollify next round.
You wanna try and read the target?
Yes.
Absolutely. So make that awareness test.
Oh my gosh.
No, unfortunately, no.
How many ones is that? 3.
3. That's 3 ones.
I haven't rolled anything above a 10 all day.
No, that's unfortunate. And I believe you've already used your destiny point.
No, I have 2 still.
Oh, like
I did, yeah.
you did. Okay, my brain. All right, cool. Well, if you want, you can re-roll that with a destiny point if it's important to you.
I mean,
You get the back of the next session.
yeah. All right, I'll use one.
All right.
I'll re-roll. 14.
14. You unfortunately still do not beat it.
Oh,
Damn, this boy
Really?
is good.
yeah, that's exciting.
Mhm.
Red flags.
Oh, woof, okay. I gotta hope I do.
Clarissa, you're like, all right, so let's see what your true intentions. And you read that he seems like upset that people think of his sister, but every emotion that he has conveyed and like saying, that's all you get.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't read hidden intentions, nothing from this guy. It's just what he shows, that's what you get. But beyond that, you're like, I don't know what he's about right now.
Okay, cool.
All right. Lady Vivienne.
Yeah. I fully understand what you mean. There are sometimes when people, given the position that they have, feel the need to spread such vile, and then you are forced to do things that you feel like only you are able to handle. For, the benefit of your household, but also for the benefit of yourself, because if your house succeeds, you succeed in ways that you feel no one else can. I understand that fully.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to commend you on it. I don't think people tell you that enough. I don't think people see the cleverness behind your demeanor, your willingness to be, well, I mean, let's be honest, the joke of your brother's jabs and your sister's vibrancy. I don't think enough of that. But I see it, and I commend you for it.
All right. So are you changing tactic? Like you're definitely still using charm.
Yeah.
Nothing in that makes me think that he would then talk about his sister. Right?
Oh, okay. Fuck. Okay.
So, I mean, I'm wondering, is that on purpose? Are you trying to? Because if you don't, you can still just be like, you don't have to invent a thing. You're like, I still want him to talk about his sister.
Yeah,
and just be like you can easily turn that to be like, and I do, I've never believed things was a sister, but I can't say I know much about her, and you're
okay.
You
yeah, because there's not. I don't think there's anything I can do to save me from if he hits me another time, I'm gonna survive. So I really would.
Right, but you do realize you rolled a 25 last time, and he. Yeah,
that's why I'm.
I felt that.
Yeah. That's why I think I'm gonna try. I wanted to try and use influence again because I'm talking other tactics I can use. I don't think there's anything I can use to save
influence
from him.
Yeah, I mean, if you get another really good roll,
I'll for sure try. Yeah, I'll add that in. Sorry, I was trying to go with. I'm trying to go with the bitch.
No, yeah, I feel the charm. I feel it, but I know your intent was was Marita.
Yeah, it's like. You do so much for her, but no one knows enough about her. Yeah, like you said, You do all this work, but no one's like. What is it about Marita that makes you go this far for her? There, that's it. That's what I'll use. Oh.
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
So that's 20.
21.
Oh, yes, plus the extra. Thank you. So 21.
Nice.
Okay, 21.
Ooh, all sixes.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
It's pretty good. Yeah, even with your frustration in there, right?
Mhm.
That literally is like the best roll you can roll.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm gonna let that. Yeah, I'm gonna say you kind of you kind of get to him.
Okay.
And he goes, yes, I know. I mean, there's a reason the rumors are abound. I mean, she does. She spends a lot of time in King's Landing, you know,
Mhm.
and you know, she has picked up. She's very worldly. She's traveled to she's been to Bravos before. And she enjoyed the city, which I know in Westeros it's a lot of people don't, but we have enough Bravosi here in King's Landing that I think it's all right, and she's enjoyed the culture, and he kind of like kind of goes back and forth. Well, you know, she's always talked greatly of how she loves the culture, like Bravos, and how the different plays and art there have fully influenced her, and everyone knows about what Bravos does. They, you know, they make poison, right? A lot of all the free cities make poison. It's not taboo over there. Over here, taboo. Over there, casual. I mean, Dorne, but
Let's not talk about
Dawn.
Yeah, she nods.
We all know Dawn.
Let's not talk about Dawn.
Yeah. And so everyone hears she's been to the free cities. The dead husbands, they think, well, she obviously knows poison. I don't know how they could think that, because I'll be completely honest with you, Marita does not have the patience to mix poison. Which, while I will admit I'm not an apothecarist, but I have to believe from what I've seen my own maester fiddle with in his laboratory, making medicines and poisons must be a painstaking process. And Marita, she's not patient. She's spontaneous. And and of course, when I say they're a good match, I of course hope you know I mean politically.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, they're a good match. No, Woods, as many people droll on about the Woods, they're influential. They have ears, they have friends in court. Lucas, we need friends in court. And I know we've have the patron of Tywin Lannister, but Tywin Lannister, he will not be alive forever. So I do appreciate you buttering me up, Lady Vivian, and rolling me across bread as you have. I welcome the platitudes. I truly do. I don't receive them, but I don't need them. As sweet as that was, you can look at you. I don't need them. I'm sure you know what that's like, Lady Clarissa.
I do.
kind of smiles and is like, I don't need adulations or congratulations. I do what I know must be done, and afterwards I feel the satisfaction that I have moved my house one step further from the brink. And that's what I want. Kind of smiles. Goes, if you ever want to talk to her about it, ask her about the Sea King's Fountain. Narrator will immediately go on and on about her experiences there. She tells the story much better. I don't... I've heard it so many times, I honestly... Many of it's mashed with other things I would rather have been doing at the time. But she does tell a good story. She knows how to hold an audience. A captive audience, perhaps, but an audience.
Mm.
But yeah, mention the Sea King Fountain, and I'm sure she'll tell you more.
Oh.
It's a story I don't believe I have the bravery or countenance to recall between two such distinguished ladies as yourself. I'm sure my brother would, but
Body,
not,
isn't it?
not me. Not me. But Marita would love to tell the tale.
She'll have to hear it from her then.
He smiles. He kind of breathes in and out. I have to say, having all this attention on me by two beautiful, high-standing women has exhausted me to my core. And before I shrivel like a withered dandelion before you, lest your gaze linger on me any longer, I will bid you adieu. I believe I am going to have a little lie down.
Careful, Alden. You told me I was... You quite the charmer yourself.
He shakes his head. Never. And will go upstairs.
Just watch him go.
It's Hawkeye's on him.
Yep.
You think you lined her husbands up for her to kill them?
No. The truth, Clarissa, I think he was honest. To as much as someone who is apt at courtship as almost one bred for it. I think he does seek the elevation of his house. That being said, though, I am impressed by him, and I like him. But because I like him, that makes me worry.
I understand, my lady. I gathered some information today that might interest you, but perhaps we should discuss it elsewhere. All right.
You can retire.
Cut to elsewhere.
Elsewhere. Glorious place elsewhere.
Back to the whorehouse.
But Vivian and Clarissa, you can go to a spot where Clarissa can inform you.
Done. I'm gonna clear this frustration because boy was I scared.
Yeah, I mean, you both had pretty great opening volleys of just like pa pa.
Nice guys.
Yeah, he just goes about it a different way. While you are more charm, he's more like platitudes.
Of course, yeah.
Which is when you give compliments to people above you. So, yeah.
All right.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Clarissa?
Oh, yeah. I've been out and about today, my lady. Jaren and I did a little bit of socializing at Dragon's Gate. Just with some hedge knights. It seems word has sufficiently spread about the Danets and our toil. However, there's no word of Iris. The only thing that is being said at the moment is that her betrothed is here, but she is not.
Mm-hmm.
Also of interest, perhaps, across the way is the Jade Spring. I spoke with some of the working ladies there. One of them... yes. My job requires me to enter strange places, my lady. One of them reacted strangely to the name Danet. She appears to be from the Reach, very intelligent.
Are you saying intelligent for a... Oh, I'm going to be very crass, but intelligent for a whore or intelligent altogether?
Intelligent in a way that made me feel like I was lesser.
Interesting. What was it about it? The way she carried herself, the way she spoke? Or was it just her... I mean, the Danets are the Danets, but I suppose some small folk girl from the Reach would, of course, heard of them eventually. What was it about it that caught your attention, Clarissa?
I told her that my intentions were only good for Iris, and she told me that no matter the intention, the damage caused is often worse than intended, and I understood what she meant, and there was more to it than that, my lady.
Huh. I see. That is interesting. I never thought you to be... Must be something about this girl to have you caught up in it. Was there anything else?
No, my lady.
What was her name?
Lila? I doubt that's her real name, my lady, but...
I doubt anything about her is real. She sells a fantasy for... I mean, well... Alright. Interesting. A clever whore is one thing, but one that catches your attention enough for you to tell me is another. Very well.
And I will leave. You're muted, Tony.
Okay, cool. So I think before we wrap up the day and whatnot, I think before the next day, the day of the welcome feast, I think the only one who really has unfinished business would be essentially Naimora. I mean, the business was finished, but
Naimora takes a great deal of pride in the fact that she makes sure the business is finished several times.
Something's finished.
that business was finished.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you will, of course, you do run out of money, as you have given over. Got you about an hour. with the beautiful Lita. It seems like the upstairs girls are maybe worth more than the downstairs girls. And Lita makes you feel why. It's not so much the like this necessarily like she's just very good sexually. It's the sensual part, the seduction, like the noises she makes and the things she says, and it's more that, and it feels it just heightens,
The performance.
it's
Aaron.
yeah.
I'm being informed that I should ask if the carpet matches drapes.
Wow.
I am so suspicious of this girl.
She is shaved.
Fucking knew it. Ugh.
She's a
She
hooker.
professional.
Most
Yeah,
of them are shaved.
Of course she is.
Professional.
Yes, yes.
No, every bit of her is shaved except for her hair. But yes, afterwards, she weirdly like holds your head in her lap, and she says, "You're very strong and very sweet."
And you're very good at your job. Thank you for the compliment. I would rather that you cut the bullshit and actually talk to me. I'm not an enemy.
She kind of looks at you and goes,
Protect people like care.
"Miss, if you wish me to cut the bullshit, you have come to the wrong place. This is a bullshit mine. That's what this place is.
Did you ever get
And I'm not
tired
just
of it?
talking about the Jade Spring, I'm talking about this place."
Oh, well, I know it. Don't you ever get tired of it? Don't you want to just do something honest for once? Not this. This is honest.
The last time I finally did something honest and true to myself, I was then made a whore. So no, I don't. You're very sweet, and that was a lovely experience, as you were my first woman.
Well, I hope I didn't turn you off the fairer sex for the rest of your life.
You have not. But
Lita, do people normally kiss you here?
no.
I kiss her. Just
Yeah,
very
she's like a
soft.
little like,
Just very soft and very
Yeah.
sweet and not at all sexual. Just
yeah. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
She's, you see her neck goes a little stiff.
Mhm.
But as you kind of pull back, she was like,
If you ever
like I said,
decide,
sweet.
if you ever decide that you want to do something honest and true to yourself, one last grand hurrah. I'm staying at the Green Tree Inn.
Like, she smiles and goes, a truly noble and gallant knight. I appreciate it.
All we can do is try.
But she basically shows you out the door. And yeah. So you go out and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Do you inform Clarissa of what you have discovered?
It's
Or corroborate?
yeah, if I can find Clarissa and she's not like
Yeah.
talking to Lady again, just go and
No,
talk
she's
to
left at this point.
Yeah.
She went back to her. She went back to her notes that Jaren has been guarding.
We'll tell Clarissa. It's like, that woman was not always a whore. No one's always a whore, but no one talks about being made into a whore. Not like that.
You think she was forced into it?
I think maybe once upon a time she had a lot higher standing than I thought originally. She talks too good. She knows how people work, same way that you do.
I told Lady Vivienne much the same thing. I'm glad you enjoyed her.
I mean, it's not 100% my type. But you know.
All right. So we will, unless anyone very vehemently protests, we will fade out from that day. If you want to have, did you register Nehema for the equestrian competition? Is yes or no?
I really kind of wanted to take a look at other horseflesh, but yeah, I think I signed up Nehema.
All right. Good. So you get a chance definitely to do that tomorrow more. Today, not a ton have yet been brought in, but tomorrow is like the final call because it's the welcome feast tomorrow.
Yeah, I figure it's like she's maybe like emotional after like dealing with Ashella, so it's like maybe do like the run through and it's like do the sign up like tomorrow, see the horse flesh, like all of that jazz.
Yeah, I think we all may have agreed that we've seen some foul people, but I believe so far has Ashella taken the cake on that?
Yeah.
Ashella is the worst.
It sucks that she feels amiable to me now.
I dislike her privilege.
There's something so uniquely disheartening about a bitchy teenager.
Pony plays them
so
really
awful.
well, and I'm so impressed every time. I was like, damn it, every time.
Thank you.
But yeah, gotta say, love that all the ladies, we did the whorehouse without the gentlemen.
Worth it.
Ladies whorehouse.
No Shellas can take away the glorious experience that was the whorehouse.
Oh man.
Beautiful.
That was beautiful. Of having
Lita and Orton, I've got all sorts of like red flags going now. I'm like, what the heck is going on
all
with
the
them?
red flags. I'm like, what the fuck?
This is just totally completely sidestepped or the string series. It'd be so much more intense. Oh
nah, these are more strings.
More strings, exactly. It's just not at this point.
All right.
Alrighty.
I do appreciate the discussion. So we will close on that day. The day will open up in morning, and Henrik, you got to bed at a pretty good time actually. Got to save up your energy for tomorrow.
I gotta get pumped up, get ready.
Gotta get ready. When you leave your like room, you actually there's something in front of the door.
What is there?
It's looks like a package of some kind.
Like a box
and there,
kind of package?
And there's no like this lovely silk kind of folded into a square. It's very large. It's definitely got something in it. And there's a letter on top of it.
I don't have my own room. I'm sharing with someone, right?
You're sharing with Thorsten.
Is he in the room right now? I assume.
Yeah, he's asleep.
Okay.
You wake up quite much earlier than he does.
I assume so. Okay. Did that quick hallway check. Just like, anyone here? Like.
Okay. Yeah. As you do a quick hallway check, the door to your right, it'd be to your right, does open, and you like cracking his back and yawning, you do see Orton, and he kind of like
Oh.
looks over at you and like gives you a salute.
The morning thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he will like kind of look down at what you're holding, and he goes, "What's that?" He kind of smiles, like the way like an adult smiles at a kid who like
God
has a
damn it.
Valentine's card.
Yeah,
and he's just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's
It's
just like,
like, I
what's
don't
that?
know. I'll find out, and
Hmm.
something good. Perhaps I'll tell you a bit later. But
Oh, it's not my business. Like
I know I
sorry.
was trying to be polite, but it's all right. Cool. I'm gonna head back and in the room and see if I can fucking open it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably like do that kid thing, like get on the edge of your bed, like carefully, like watching the door,
Yeah.
and Thorsten's like, trying to open it. Oh wait, or first. Always open the letter first.
Yeah, you'll open the letter first.
It's
Fantastic.
polite. You gotta read the card before you open the present. It's just polite.
So the card is incredibly simple.
Hate these.
The card is incredibly simple. It literally just says your name. The name now the script is very strange and kind of beautiful looking. It's a bit odd. You've never seen someone kind of write like that before.
Okay, because I was just gonna ask. I'm pretty sure I always have this letter with me that I received. I was gonna compare it, but if it's not like that, if I knew right away that it wouldn't be like that, I was like, okay.
No, you have not seen this handwriting.
This is just a very nice
before.
script that I don't know of. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Weird.
It is weird.
More check. Make sure rooms. No one's looking at me.
No one's looking around. No one's seeing you.
Yeah. Scan the room. And I'll carefully peel open the silk and try to open this parcel someone's left at my door.
Okay. Oh shit! Hold on 1 second. It's my computer is hemorrhaging.
No.
Suspense!
The anticipation just builds.
No, stop.
So when the music gets more dramatic and it flashes from me from my face to the opening the box to back to my face, I was like, oh, the door. Oh god.
Oh my god. Sorry. This is my computer is hemorrhaging. It's everything's frozen. 1 sec. No. Oh god. All right. And that. And that's in that. So you open it up and you see a dagger. And it's not just like a casual dagger.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It's strange looking. It's slightly curved, and the handle is almost the same length as the blade, just a bit shorter. And the handle is made out of a strange material, and you're touching it, and it reminds you of something you've seen. And you're trying to remember it, and then it sort of comes to you. It sort of looks like what was embedded into the wall of the Dolver's great vault. You have an inkling that the handle might be made of dragon bone.
Oh, it's their giant dragon thing. Right.
Yeah, because they have a big part of a dragon.
Yeah, they have a giant freaking dragon in their basement. Yeah. Shit. Okay. God. I pick it up. I inspect a little more. I don't think there's I don't need to it's just what you described. I think that's all I would know about it, and I couldn't make any weird assumptions about it. Anything else in the box?
It's not a box. It's just but no, that's
in the thing.
Okay. It's It was tied with it was wrapped in cloth, tied with cord. The parchment that you just read, it just bears your name and clear and neat, but a bit odd looking handwriting.
Yeah. Look like I don't have this paper with me, but what I remember, I assume someone showed it to me. What the writing for the note that the peasants had that like gave them permission to attack us. Does it remind me of that writing? I don't have a note to compare to right now. Okay.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm up early. I would like to go downstairs and see if I can talk to Lyle again, because he's fun to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I want to ask him if anyone. It's early, so if anyone's like been upstairs or like quickly in like past couple of hours, I guess. I didn't hear like a knock or anything, right? I just woke up and the box or the thing was there. Okay. Yeah, I'll ask him, like, it's a vague question, but if anyone not staying here, like not having a rough night, has been.
He goes, like, what do you mean, my lords?
Oh, well, I know that me and my family are staying there. I believe the Lucases as well. But I was wondering if maybe someone asked to show up. I received a package, and I was wondering if you saw anyone who brought it up, or if someone even asked you to put something in front of our door.
He kind of looks at me. He goes, "No, no one talked to me, and I didn't see anyone put anything in front of your door, sir. Was something brought to your door?"
Yes. There wasn't anything of importance. I was just wondering if the person might be more important than the actual item that was brought to me.
No, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't see nothing. I kind of think that Pim might have.
That the boy that we saw?
Child that he keeps catching.
And then you just hear like a thump, and you go, "Pim!" And you hear like,
Oh.
and just, and then you just see like this. You hear wood scraping on wood, and then like, you see this little kid kind of look up to you. He looks really sleepy, and he's scratching his head.
Oh, hi. Pim, was it? Sorry to bother you from sleep. I know it's early. I had a funny question. Have you, since, you're in charge here sometimes when, Lyle's not around, did you see anyone, not the people who were here last night, like myself and my family and the other very loud group of people last night, but did you see someone maybe rush upstairs and back down quickly who isn't staying here?
He goes, shakes his head. Are you holding the cloth at all?
Cloth? Oh, that the thing was on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I am. I think I've like tried to conceal the dagger or like try not to draw attention to it. But yeah, I probably have the cloth with me, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, he'd be like, you got your package?
Well, I did. Did you put it up there?
He nods.
Oh, okay, well, thank you. I did get it. Do you know who gave it to you? I want to see if I can thank them.
Some kid.
Talking like kid, like his age, like your age?
I mean, he's very young, so probably, yeah.
Probably, okay. So child.
He goes, yeah, there's lots of them around here. They do jobs. He said, delivery. Said basically you supposed to have that. It was like a delivery or something.
Right.
So I put that in front of your door.
Okay, well, thank you. I did get it. Yes, I did get it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Sorry.
Like,
apologize for all.
And he goes, "I'm sorry, sir. Is there something wrong?"
No. I just wanted to know if who gave it to you. But that's all. Thank you very much.
I could try to remember more if you need me to, sir.
It's all right. You're done okay.
Are you sure?
If anyone else comes by, whether they're another kid or an adult that asks about us, just let me know.
All right, but again, if you would like me to remember better about who brought you, you could. I always could.
What do you mean by saying remember better?
He's asking you to bribe him.
Thank you. I was like, am I getting this right?
Lyle is just like gauging your reaction before he says anything.
It took me a bit. I was like, wait a minute. Like, no. All right. I just sigh. Okay. I really want to do this in front of Lyle. He feels weird. It's like,
Lyle is weird.
He is so weird.
He keeps a child locked under his bar top.
Very odd.
I wouldn't say locked.
I'm sorry.
I would say tucked. Tucked would be more.
Definitely.
I also feel like the rest of Westeros is a lot worse than Lyle.
Provides lodging for.
Yeah, definitely obscured, I think. Yeah, I'll go like, for you to remember more. Perhaps we could sit down and I'll like I'll try to like edge him and me away, like just in one of like in the main room where like probably Lions can't see us, but just like maybe away from earshot. If I can convince him to sit down and table with me. I know it's weird. Like, no, I'm trying to get him to like sit down with me, slip him a coin.
He seemingly is like he looks like he doesn't really want to like leave behind the bar.
I know it's a safe space.
Protects him. Lyle isn't he like seemed to be like gauging a reaction about the bribe thing, and if you were like taking out money, he's like okay, and he just like leans back more like all right, cool.
Well, that's the dagger. It's nice. Gosh. Yeah, fuck it. All right. Can I pass him, like... I've got my money for somebody this morning. God.
Remember, he's a poor, small child.
Give him, like, a silver.
Like a silver stack? Yeah. Yeah, he'll take it. He just, like, slams his hand down on it and, like, snatches it and, like lightning fast. You, like... gently put it down. He's like, it's just like there and gone. It's a little shocking. It's like a snake getting a rat.
Yeah. Impressive. Again, Pim, if you can remember anything else.
Most helpful. Like yeah, it's Vez. I recognize Vez. Yeah.
Vez.
Yeah, he's he has he's got foreign blood, tanner skin. Talks funny. Like he came by, said here's a package for you. Said it was a delivery. I don't exactly know who he works for.
Didn't tell you who gave it to him.
Sugar said, well, I didn't ask. He seems like this. But he tends to hang around the duck, sometimes doing no jobs. If you need to get a hold of him, he usually, where the foreigners hang out. Sailors and whatnot. He thinks he's better than people because he can speak more than one language. I think he can't. I think he can't speak either language very good, though.
Nice. It does seem to be true for several people I know. Well, thank you, Pim, for that information. Thank you for the package.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's it.
Okay, and he just like
goes back down to the hole. Okay,
yeah.
Like, where does he go? All right.
If you try to lean over, Lyle will like interject and be like, Like, so I'm glad all that was resolved, my lord.
Right. Thank you, Lyle. Appreciate that. Could you? No one's up yet. Perfect. Could you point me in the direction of the docks, please?
I mean, he immediately seemed like, my lord, I mean, I cannot advise you to go to the docks without you by yourself. It's a dangerous, unsavory place. You know, a lot of people would gladly gut you in an alley for your lovely boots. No disrespect, mean, of course, my lord. Of course, no disrespect.
So I understand it's made you to warn me and precautions greatly appreciated, but I think I'll be all right. I try not to draw attention to myself as much as I did yesterday, and I think it's better if I left now before my family wakes and I cause more trouble. If they do come down, just tell them I went out for a walk, if you'd be so kind.
He's like, he seems very hesitant.
I give him money.
How much money do you give him?
5 silver. Start off with that.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's like,
All right, down some more. How much did you pay for the floor again? 20?
Yeah.
I could do 20.
20 silver. He's like, and he's just like, I'm gonna need you to make a negotiation check with him.
Okay. I
Because
don't have that. What skill would that be under?
he knows what rueful nobles who believe other people are to blame for their children's demise do.
I understand. Okay.
So it would be persuasion negotiation.
Okay. I just have persuasion, so I'll just roll that.
All right. Or barter, I think, would actually take.
Barter. That's just a 10.
$10. Lyle.
Sweet Lyle, what you got, man?
Sweet Lyle. All right, what is your intrigue stuff? Okay, yeah. Yeah. That's enough, actually. Yeah, he's just like,
Bailey.
he snatches the 20 and he goes, all right, well, the docks are past the street of steel. Right, you want to go around Flea Bottom. Okay, I'm telling you, my lord, do not go through Flea Bottom. I've known Kingsguard who go through Flea Bottom who are dead and stripped in 10 minutes, 10 moments flat. All right, avoid it. But the docks should they be through there. You know the way to the greens.
Yes, I was there yesterday.
From here. So when you get to the Street of Steel, instead of continuing on down to the green, you want a head left, and that will take you right to the docks. But if your mother or father ask pointedly where you are, I'm gonna have to make an illusion, your lord. Your lordship. I won't betray you, but I will make an illusion.
Of course, I think you'll be quite good at that.
Well, I think I do anything for my customers.
That's why I like you, Lyle.
He goes, oh, everyone likes Lyle. No reason not to. Well, you have a good morning, my lord, and do me a big favor. Don't get dead.
I'll do my best. Yeah, and I'll head out.
All right, as Henrik heads out into the streets of King's Landing, that is where we will draw a close on our game today. Thank you so much for coming to watch us. Thank you so much to my players for playing. Things got a little lascivious today, but that Game of Thrones do be like that sometimes. And that's what happened. We are next time we should see the full swing of hopefully Well, I would have said the welcome feast, but hopefully, whatever this is going to go off to become, let's hope.
Fingers crossed. Good.
Let's hope all is well.
First PC death.
Woo!
Like that, Garrick becomes the heir.
Wasn't that great?
No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Sure, why not?
Tony's face.
At least I can easily talk
Alright.
Garrett
It's
about more
like-
things than I can Henry.
Alright.
It's very
Really
true.
good.
So
It's like that.
All right, good. Fresh start, everyone. New air. Let's do
Here we
this.
go.
All right. Thank you
alrighty.
so much for coming, guys. Thank you so much, my players. We will see you guys next time. Hopefully, with some of our boys return to us.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, Henrik will survive to see the welcoming feast.
Hope so as well. I gotta be there for the prank in the afternoon. Of course. Surviving.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.